I don't want to be pulled into secondary. I don't want to be harassed. I don't want to be intimidated.
A former pastor in La Mesa is suing the federal government after she was put on a watch list for working with migrants. 10 News reporter Matt Boone spoke to her about what she hopes to achieve from this lawsuit. Matt?
Kimberly, after that news broke that she was on that secret list of journalists, activists, and faith leaders, she says she's been afraid to go back to Mexico without her lawyer.
This has effectively ended my ministry at the southern border.
Speaking to 10 News from New York, Pastor Kaju Dosha said over the past year she's traveled to Tijuana dozens of times as the migrant crisis intensified.
It's hard. I mean, humanitarian work is very, very difficult, especially when people are dealing with some of the violence that they're carrying in their hearts.
She'd been familiar with the border, having been a pastor in La Mesa until 2016.
There was tension that was building even then.
Then in November, she started heading back, visiting shelters, offering prayer services, confessionals, and even officiating weddings.
These were people who are Christians, but they were so poor wherever they were, they never really felt like they could afford a wedding.
According to her complaint filed this week, she was stopped at the border in January, sent to secondary, and interrogated for several hours. She says border agents revealed to her they'd been tracking her for months.
I burst into tears. I was just like, how could this be? This is my government.
According to the complaint, she later learned her name had been on a secret watch list of journalists, activists, and faith leaders known as Operation Secure Line.
It's a weird, scary time.
The lawsuit alleges a First Amendment violation and is seeking to restore her rights to before the surveillance began.
It's heartbreaking because there's important work and I'm not harming anybody, I promise you. And yet I can't do it.
And we did reach out to the Department of Homeland Security, but they have not responded to our request. Reporting live in San Ysidro tonight, Matt Boone, 10 News.